NASA awards contract to build first rocket designed to launch from Mars. Mars colonization has been Elon Musk's avowed goal from the beginning of his career, and there's no denying it. But finally, Lockheed Martin has been selected by NASA to develop the first Mars Ascent Vehicle, a small, lightweight rocket that'll be used to launch rock, sediment, and air samples from the surface of the red planet and return them back to Earth. Does the mission have a launch date? What is NASA's position on this? Well, watch till the end of the video to find out what we've discovered and what would be discovered on Mars. Welcome to your favorite channel, Unlimited SpaceX. Don't forget to subscribe now with all the notifications on, and like this video for more SpaceX, Starlink, NASA, and Tesla videos, and everything that revolves around Elon Musk. Let's get started. While most people remain skeptical about whether or not it's possible to live on or occupy Mars, Elon Musk, the CEO of SpaceX, is quite confident about it. A human expedition for Mars is planned for 2024, 2 years after SpaceX's initial cargo launch, which has been extensively reported. This is merely a small sample of the unique features of the current Mars colonization plan proposed by Elon Musk to help with the creation of a 1 million-person city on Mars within the next 50 to 100 years. Elon Musk envisions the Interplanetary Transport System, ITS, which is an enormous, reusable rocket-spaceship combo. But in addition to establishing human colonization on the Red Planet, there's also need to investigate the Red Planet itself. So, Lockheed Martin's space business and NASA's cooperation comes into play here. It's been reported by NASA that the rocket that'll bring the first samples of Mars rock back to planet Earth in the 2030s will be built by Lockheed Martin Space, according to the U.S. Space Agency. The agreement was made public on Monday of last week. Using a lightweight, small, compact rocket, NASA believes it'll be the first to launch from a different planet and return rock, sediment, and atmospheric samples from the surface of Mars. NASA's Perseverance rover has been collecting samples from a number of sites on Mars' neighbor planet since its arrival a year ago. The ultimate goal of the project is to look for signs of past life on Mars. For this reason, those samples are being sent back to planet Earth for analysis in labs that are capable of performing more advanced tests than those that are possible on Mars itself. The Lockheed Martin rocket will play a vital role in the collection and return of the samples, according to the corporation. The award gets NASA one step closer to completing the first robotic round trip to transport samples back to Earth in a safe manner as part of the Mars sample return mission. It's starting to come together to deliver the first samples from another planet back to Earth. They can be studied on Earth using cutting-edge technology that's too complicated to be transferred into orbit, according to Thomas Zurbuchen, NASA's Associate Director for Science at the agency's headquarters in Washington. According to NASA's plans, a mission to Mars will be launched in 2026 at the earliest and contain a second rover to gather debris from the Perseverance lander. Starting at $194 million and lasting for 6 years, the cost-plus contract for the Mars Ascent Vehicle Integrated System, MAVIS, is a cost-plus contract. Cost-plus pricing will be used to determine the final price of the contract. As part of the Lockheed Martin Space-led project, Lockheed Martin Space will develop MAV test and flight components. The integrated MAV system, as well as the rocket's ground support equipment, were the subject of a contract with NASA. NASA and the European Space Agency are anticipating that ESA's Earth Return Orbiter will deliver the first pure Martian regolith to Earth by the mid-2030s with the launch of the Sample Retrieval Lander in 2026. A number of firsts in the space exploration will be marked if these missions are successful. When 3 vehicles, a lander, a rover, and a rocket, land on the surface of another planet, especially the Red Planet, at the same time it'll be the first time that that's ever happened. It would also be the first rocket to be launched from the surface of another planet. Also, it'd be the first time international teams collaborated directly and hands-on on an interplanetary expedition. Furthermore, it would also be the first interplanetary sample to return to Earth. NASA Administrator Bill Nelson said the groundbreaking endeavor is designed to inspire the world when the world's first robotic round-trip mission retrieves a sample from another planet. This groundbreaking endeavor is a significant step that will ultimately help send the first astronauts to Mars. Investigating on our Mars sample return program will underscore America's commitment to global cooperation, ensuring that NASA continues to lead the way in exploration and discovery. An important part of NASA's mission to recover samples from its Perseverance rover and bring them to Earth for further studies is the MAV, which is on track to be the first rocket launched from another planet. NASA's Sample Retrieval Lander, which would bring the MAV to the surface of Mars and land near Orange Zero crater to gather samples that had been cached by Perseverance, is another key component of the endeavor. The samples will be returned to the lander, which will also serve as a launch pad for the MAV when it's ready to take off. After securing the sample container, the MAV would be launched. Once the rocket is taken off, the samples will be put into the rocket and sent into orbit around Mars. In order to complete the journey back to Earth, they'll be captured by a second craft that's been dispatched to the spot. The European Space Agency is in charge of developing this final vessel, and the rover will then collect the samples. MAV's Sample Retrieval Lander would serve as a launch pad for the samples it's collected, allowing it to blast off while still holding onto them. Once the container reaches Mars's orbit, it'll be captured by an ESA Earth Return Orbiter spacecraft outfitted with a NASA Catch, Containment, and Return System payload. The spacecraft will safely return the samples to Earth in the mid to early 2030s. Since its inception, the Mars Ascent Vehicle has been a key part of Thomas Zurbuchen's vision for a mission to Mars that will not only land on Mars, but will also lift off from it. We're approaching the end of a conceptual phase for this Mars sample return mission, and the pieces are starting to come together to bring back the first samples from another planet, he added as the conceptual phase of the Mars sample return mission came to an end. On Earth, cutting-edge technologies can be used to investigate them, which would be too difficult to do in space. There are a bevy of severe developmental challenges that MAV must overcome when it comes to sample return. To withstand the harsh Martian environment, it must be able to work with multiple spacecraft at the same time. Sample Retrieval Lander compatibility necessitates that it will be compact enough to fit inside the device. There will be no launch from NASA's Kennedy Space Center in Florida before 2026, and the Sample Retrieval Lander will not arrive before 2026. For this reason, NASA has claimed that returning a ground sample from Mars is a difficult endeavor. MAV must be both tough and flexible in order to work with another NASA spacecraft in the harsh Martian environment. For the Sample Retrieval Lander, scheduled for launch in 2026 by NASA, the MAV must be small enough to fit inside. Mars, according to NASA, is a rocky, cold, and seemingly lifeless planet with no signs of life. It is the location of the largest volcano in the solar system, the deepest canyon, and the most dramatic weather and temperature patterns on the planet, to name a few. It's possible that NASA's Mars Sample Return Mission, MSRC, will completely transform our understanding of Mars by returning samples that have been scientifically selected for study using the most advanced instruments available anywhere on the planet. Solar system exploration has been a high priority since the 1970s and has been supported by the National Academy of Sciences' last two planetary decadal surveys. This effort would accomplish a long-standing goal. This mission would be the first to return samples from another planet, as well as be the first to launch from the surface of a different planet, all thanks to a strategic alliance between NASA and ESA. There are many theories about the origins of life on Mars, but the samples taken by Perseverance during its exploration of an ancient river delta are widely considered to be the best source of information. With that, we've come to the end of this video. Let us know what you thought of all this in the comments section below. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification button for more videos. See you soon!